Hey, what's up, YouTube? So these are my Penrose. They obviously, you all guys know what happens with them. They snap. So it finally happened to me. My Penrose ear cup bracket snapped. As you can see here, I had a guy to 3D print one side. I already installed one side, but I said might as well just record it, try to see if I could help someone else out there that, you know, the same thing happened to them. I got the codes for the 3D printing online from someone that posted them. I just had someone here locally 3D print it for me. So I painted one side. I should have painted the other side too, but I could do that later on. I pretty much already have everything taken apart. So, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're gonna take off the ear cup. And then from there, you have screws right here, 4 points. You have 2 screws right here. And then you have 2 screws right here. And then eventually you're gonna get to this exact part to where I'm at. This part right here has glue on it, so you gotta really pull on it from the bottom. It's like this. You're gonna pull from here. You can even kind of pry it out a little bit with a small little flathead screwdriver. Once you pry it out, there's 2 more screws right here. 2 more screws, Phillips screws. I don't know the exact measurement. On the little kit that I have, it says PH000. I don't know if that's the exact Phillips number that you're supposed to use, but it's a super small Phillips screwdriver. In order to remove this bracket, the little bracket, this one's still kind of okay, but it's already cracking. You can see the crack about right here. So it's eventually gonna give out. So might as well just do it. Whenever you guys do 3D printed, all you have to do, these sides are exactly the same. You're just gonna have to mirror one side, and then eventually it's the same thing. It's just mirrored. So what you need to do is you're gonna remove these 2 screws right here, these 2 right here, and then you have to unsolder these cables right here. I already did it once, so I kind of already know how they go. Green goes to speaker positive, the red with white goes to the speaker negative, and then you got your ground, and then you got your blue cable that goes in the middle, and then you got your power that goes on the very top. And you're gonna have to do the same thing for the left side. It's the exact same thing. You don't have to mess with the battery. It's underneath here. What I did is just completely drained my headphones. That way you don't mess them up. I just drained it. You can unplug them if you pull this right here, but I didn't do it for the left side, and they're still working. I played last night with them, so it's the next day. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other side. You're gonna need a solder gun. This is from my work. I brought it from work. You could buy a cheap one as long as it heats up good enough to basically undo the solder. I'm not the best at soldering, but you know, I'm alright to the point where I can do this. The way that I see it is, I mean, they're already broken. I mean, you can crazy glue it, epoxy it. I tried doing epoxy, it didn't work. So the way that I see it is, I mean, if they're already messed up, I mean, try to save them. I mean, if I mess up or you mess up, I mean, as it is, I mean, they're already messed up. They're already broken, so So you gotta get the gun to an extreme temperature so you can undo the soldering, or you could just take it to someone that knows how to solder, and I'm pretty sure they'll take care of it like nothing. The little laugh that you hear is my daughter on the side. She's kind of excited because I'm filming the video and she likes YouTube and she wants to do YouTube, but she's still too young for it. But she's here next to me, giving me some confidence that I could do it. So all I'm doing is just tapping it lightly. You don't want to burn the board. Like I said, I'm not an expert. There's other things that you could like put on, I know, on the board to heat, help with the heat, so you don't mess up the components. But I don't have all that stuff, and I don't want to wait for it to get here. I mean, you all guys can do the research and just buy it yourself. So what I'm doing is basically, right now I'm pressing the trigger, heating up the little bar, getting it hot enough, slightly tapping on it so that the solder basically heats up and lets me pull the wire off. And there we go. It's easier to take it off than putting it back on, trust me. It took me a good while doing this side, but it can be done. You can do it. So the next step is to basically remove the screws. You need to remove this little bracket which basically holds this part in there. I'm recording with my phone, so I don't know if it's not gonna have the best audio quality or video quality, but just trying to help you guys out. Hopefully it helps someone. All the screws, I've noticed that they're all the same, so it doesn't matter if you combine them. They're all the same size and same thread, so you don't have to worry about that. You just I just kind of put them together just so I know that basically two go here, two go here. Pretty straightforward. The wires, you pull them off, they run through the middle of the bracket. This I do I do put one side to the right side and the other one to the left side, just so I know which one goes where exactly. But the screws I don't, because they're the same thing. You can remove the wires for the speaker. I didn't, just because it's one less thing you gotta try to solder. You can just put it to the side. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna pull the little bracket, this one. You're gonna pull it out, and then pretty much the other side, you're just same thing. You just kind of wiggle it out until you're able to pull it off. There we go. Once it's off, you're just gonna pull the wire, and then you're gonna pull it off through here. That's pretty much it. So, I mean, I don't know if you can see it. Sorry for my nails, but you can see if it wants to focus, you can see the crack right there. This is tape where I pretty much tape it up, but I mean, it's not gonna work. This is a new piece right here. I painted this one. I should have done that shit to the to the right side, but to the left side. This is the right side, but you get what I'm saying. This one's a little bit easier, just because of the fact that you don't have to feed the wire through there. You just kind of pass it through here. That's how the 3D molding is pretty much. So it's just pretty much put everything back together and yep, and solder it back up. So let's see if we can get this done. We're gonna put this through here. We'll take care of the rest towards the end, putting this back together. It's pretty quite simple. It's not that hard. I know I already had everything taken apart. I should have recorded since the beginning, but you know, I was thinking about it. Then I said, might as well do it. Might help someone out there. So what I found that the easiest thing that you can do is basically the feed the wires through here, through the bracket, through this hole in the ear cup. You're gonna feed them in, right? Then you're gonna feed it through this one because you have to. There's no gap. So we're gonna feed this through here, and then you're gonna kind of just put it where it goes. You can put the 2 screws if you know if it's giving you a little bit of trouble, which I think I am gonna do that, just so it doesn't move around on me. Okay, and then this is the fun part. So the fun part is basically soldering everything back together, and that's why you need like a pair of these. Pretty sure your girlfriend, sister, or mom has a pair. Doesn't have to be exactly like this, but this is what I had. So like I said, so your green wire is gonna be your positive wire for the speaker, and that's the first one we're gonna solder. So we're gonna go one by one basically, and hopefully we do it right, and hopefully they work towards the end, which I mean, I'm pretty confident I can do it, but you never know. So they're pretty small wires. I know you can't see because of my big fingers or medium-sized fingers, but you just want to grip them. And what you're gonna do is you want to slightly grab it, and then we're just gonna put it like that. We're gonna use the same solder that the board already has. We're just gonna tap it, and basically we're gonna tap it with this hot rod, and we're gonna kind of push it in, and then it's just gonna solder back in. You can put more solder if you want to, but like I said, I'm not the best at soldering. I don't do this for a living, so okay, I need to get it hotter. Needs more heat. You'll know when it's good because it'll stick. It'll go in there and the wire won't come off anymore. Okay, looks like we got it. Let's see, you can grab it and there we go. You see, I can even almost pick up the ear cup. I don't want to pull it harder on it because I don't want to rip the wire and then you have a bigger problem. So the next one, you kind of want to recenter yourself, like pull the wire back out a little bit, just so you don't have like you're fighting with it. So the next thing is we're gonna grab the, remember we said that the negative for the speaker was red with white, or I can't really tell what color it is, but it has like a whitish to it, which would signify your ground or your negative. So same thing, heat up the gun, heat up the metal or whatever you want to call that, the rod, and we're we're just gonna, needs more heat. More and more heat, doesn't want to stick. Okay, there we go, we got it. See, you just want to make sure that they're not making contact, and they're not. Yeah, we should be good. It's a little bit towards that side, but they're not touching, so we're good. Once they're in there, it's not gonna move. I mean, it's solid. Then you got the insulation, so it's pretty much good. Next thing you wanna do, same thing, pull it. So this one's gonna be your ground right here. So this one's your ground. And you're just gonna, same thing, grab it. This is paint from last night, painting the bracket on my fingers. So, but let's get back to it. So, heat up once more. Okay, we need more heat still. And there we go. You kind of, it's weird to explain, but you kind of feel it like kind of move a little bit. It's kind of weird, but there you go. It's pretty solid in there. It won't move from there. Next one that you want to do is your blue wire. You can take a picture pretty much before you even like pull all the wires apart, just so that, you know, it makes you feel more confident. It's all right. That's what I did the first time. Like I said, I'm no expert, but try contacting Audeze. They didn't want to sell me the parts, so like I said, I got a guy from here locally that has a 3D printer machine. He charged me about $50 for both. This one. I mean, I guess it's way cheaper than what Audeze would have charged if I would have had to send them in. So, and the good thing is that I guess I get to play tonight. I wish I could have just bought the new ones from them or something, but these ones work. I mean, they look pretty solid. I found the coats pretty much online. Just pretty much looked up the Audeze Penrose broken ear cup bracket and I found it on Reddit. Some guy uploaded the codes there, and I just pretty much just sent that email. I saved the file, sent it to the guy, and he printed for me. He printed that out for me, so I'll try to see if I can find it again and put it on the YouTube description. So I'll see if I could do that, guys. Do that for you guys, or shit, I don't know. I could tell the local guy, print out some more. I guess put them on eBay. If I see a lot of people are trying to get them, I could probably do that. Just, you know, put them for $50 plus the shipping. But I guess you save yourself whatever you guys paid for your headphones if you can fix it. It's a little bit tight, but it's doable. Just bending the wire a little bit just so I can get a better hold for it. There we go. Needs more heat. Still needs more. And I believe it's on there. I see. Yeah, it's on there. Yeah, it's on there. It's not gonna go anywhere. So, pretty much put it back together and pretty much charge it up because I drained the battery just so we didn't have had to disconnect any batteries. I didn't know how it was gonna look in here. I thought it was gonna be soldered. I didn't want to unsolder pretty much the battery cables, but looks like you don't have to, just because I believe this is for the battery. I don't want to pull the whole board off, but I believe this is right here is the battery cables, but it's just better if you just drain it. So I wouldn't want to mess up that little connector. So pretty much from here on out, just feed the wire in here. Just feed the wire in. So I guess you could put like crazy glue in there or some type of glue to hold it once it's installed. There we go. Looks like the paint's still a little bit wet, but fuck it. I guess we're gonna probably have to give it a little bit more room, but let's try to get at least that part in. Since it is 3D printed, it's a little bit harder. Since the plastic's a little bit harder than the original one, so you kind of have to fight with it a little bit, but it'll go in. Okay, we gotta, boom, okay, there we go. So by this point, the wires haven't coming off. I guess you did a good job. And it looks like, well, look, let's see what's back here. And yeah, the battery's back here. So we pretty much, we already got our things pretty much answered with this thing coming off. Just goes aligned to that little thing right here, but whatever, the important thing right now is getting this stupid thing in. I kind of struggled with that other side too, just because, like I said, it's a little bit hard. And there we go, heard that bitch click in. And like I said, by this point, I mean, if you did a good job, I mean, all that wiggling, the wires didn't come off, so we did a good job. Next thing is, like I said, those brackets go there. You just put it on top and you just start putting the screws back in. And try to not drop it, because then you're gonna have to move it around. They're small, so you might have a little magnetic one. Might be easier. You don't have to be kind of holding it. There we go. There we go. And this one, this little thing, goes towards the little bracket that I was showing you, which would be this right here. I mean, I know these headphones are old. Well, they're not that old because I bought them about a year and a half ago. But, I mean, they shouldn't be breaking from that point. They're expensive as it is, so at least it should have, you know, decent quality of plastic. It shouldn't be breaking. And there we go. That's pretty much it. So once you've soldered that, I mean, it's pretty much just putting everything back together at this point. Just kind of want to pull it. I mean, it's insulated, so it shouldn't be that much of a big deal. There we go. I guess we can put this part together first. That way, if we just need to pull the wire this way a little bit, we can do so. So the way you take this off from in here is that you're gonna basically undo these two screws right here. They're kind of sideways. You take them off. You pry that off with the little flat screwdriver. You pull it off from here, and it's just gonna come off. Where is it at? Right here. This is what it looks like, pretty much. That's what you're gonna be pulling off. So you pull it and pull, comes off. This part pretty much has two screws, which are gonna be these two right here. So you're gonna basically pull it down, unscrew them. You're gonna you can stick your nail in there, and then you just kind of pry it open, and this piece right here should just slip off from here. Pretty much, that's what it is. Once you slip it off, I mean, it's pretty much start unbuilding the ear cup. Unsoldering, you gotta unsolder to be able to remove it from in here. And the way that this works, once you're gonna put it back in, the wire has to run through here for it to fully shut. And then to put it back in, you just kind of push it back in, and then this works as a bracket, so it won't let it come off. So here comes the fun part. Another fun part, pretty much. You gotta kind of play with this and get the wire to go in there. And there we go. Push it back in. Another thing is that you gotta kind of put this in there too, so pull it back out. That's pretty much how it works. Just open it up, put this right here. I'm gonna pull it a little bit. Sorry if I'm kind of getting away from the camera, but it's a little challenge, but doable. And we got it. And what we're gonna do is put 2 screws, that way it doesn't unbind. And we're almost there, guys. So there we go. It's pretty much closed. Stick it back in. I guess that's like a little pad, I guess. As you kind of play with the wires in there, put the little square in there. Boom, right there. Struggling a little bit, but we'll get it done. Kind of pull it towards where, there we go. So I guess I'm just gonna put this back in. That way I'm not fighting with this too. So this thing only goes one way, pretty much. If you line it up the wrong way, the holes are not gonna line up, pretty much. And there we go. So you can't mix it up because, like I said, I mean, it only goes in one way. You can't mess that up. So it has glue. It looks like it's holding, so I'll just leave it like that for now. I'm struggling a little bit, just fighting with the wire. So it looks like we got it. Got that there. Push that in here, and boom, we got it. So next thing you do is throw in the screws in there, tie it up. Just one, and you should be missing pretty much two. I believe so. So there's two. So yes, you're pretty much gonna be missing. Well, you're gonna have two left over. Two screws that are left over. Reason for that is because you're no longer gonna be using these two right here. So since you're not gonna be using those, because the wire pretty much runs through right here, and it's solid. It's a solid. So boom. We're almost done. Next thing that I'm gonna do is go grab the charger for you guys. What the fuck is that? White hair, I don't know from where. We don't have cats, we don't have anything, so I don't know where it came from. So pretty much it. There we go. This one's black. I should have painted this one black. I'll do that later. But the guy that did it for me, he only had white, so it doesn't really matter. It's a little bit hard at the beginning just because it's brand new plastic, but they still tilt. This is the right side, so you put the right side back on. This, I mean, obviously everyone knows, you just pull it from here to remove the ear pads. And, well, there we go. That's pretty much it. Should have painted it black since the beginning, both sides. Now I gotta redo this side and take care. Let me go grab the charger real quick, charge him up a little bit and boost it. Turn on the kitchen light and disconnected the light that I had on top, but right now they're charging. And let's try them. Okay, so they're on. They're on, but they need, let me see if I can pair it with a phone real quick. And obviously the one that's next to me doesn't have a battery. Let me grab something else. Turn on the Bluetooth. I think they're connecting to my phone because I had them connected last night. It should be. Let me turn off the Bluetooth on my phone.
¿Se escucha, papi?
I think they're trying to connect to the PC.
Me cayó agua en la cabeza. Si los puedes descolgar.
So they're powering up, but I don't know what's going on. I know they're just too drained. They're not showing up on the Bluetooth side. Yeah, they're really drained because the light keeps on turning off. I gotta let them charge more, but like I said, I mean, hopefully that video helps you guys out. If anything, if they don't power back up, I'll just take them apart. Like I said, they were working last night, so I know if I have an issue, it's gonna be on this side. I'll just have to fix it up, you know, solder it again, unsolder it. But hopefully that works out for you guys. I'll put it on the description, or I guess the first comment, if I got them working again by the time that I upload the video.